Hey everyone, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, then welcome. And if you don't want to miss out on weekly pick a card readings like this one each week for me, don't forget to subscribe. Today's pick a card reading is: what is the truth about their feelings? In front of me, I have 3 different options, each with a different shape. Choose the shape that really calls out to you. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. If you need more time, you can pause the video now, and if you know which one you want, you can go to the timestamp down below. Okay, let's get started. Hey, group number 1. Okay, so what is the truth about their feelings? Okay, so I'm getting the impression that this person that you are wondering about is an ex. You could have been in a relationship with this person or just involved with them to any capacity. And I'm also getting the impression that the reason that neither one of you can seem to let this connection go, even though it's over, is because it is a karmic relationship, okay? And on top of that, I also feel like you guys have been together in past lives. And the song that came through for you guys is Borns, yes, Borns again, and past lives, okay? Which actually ties into what I'm about to say really nicely. So on top of you guys, you know, being together in a past life, it's like that is why you guys both had, when you were together, this instant soul-like recognition, okay? So this is definitely coming through as like a soulmate type of connection. And I do feel like that this person deep down feels like you are the one, and I feel like you both felt that way. And you know, I do see that, you know, there were thoughts of marriage, and maybe some of you were married. And I also see with the stork here and the family card that, you know, this person also did and does dream of having a family with you one day, if that's what you both want. Now, while they were experiencing, you know, that, so their intentions appear like they were pure, but I feel like they did something, okay? Because we have the I regret messing things up with you. So for some of you, this person messed up or did something and it ended between you two. And I feel like, you know, that you guys, it's kind of like, so although I feel like they said all the right things and maybe did the right things when things were going well, like after this thing or whatever it was happened, it's kind of like you are like, okay, their actions don't match their words, they don't match what I thought we were. And I'm getting a real, like, I feel like you guys, you know, you saw the potential in this relationship and what you guys could be. And I do feel like, you know, when it was good, it was really good. And it was like your most, you know, lively and passionate and just, you know, all around your best relationship, basically, up until it ending. And you guys are currently coming across as being kind of like really confused about what to do in this situation. And it's kind of like, you know, you want to read between the lines more. You want to, I feel like you're trying to go about this smartly and really see like, well, was this person really on the same page as me or not, you know? And that's why you're checking out, you know, these videos. And yeah, I feel like, you know, it's kind of like you're still holding on to, you know, that what was great about the idea of this relationship between you two, on top of, you know, you believing that they were the one, but you are going forward very cautiously with this Nine of Fire. And, okay, so it's kind of like you both knew that each other thought, you know, you were the one and that you had a future together, but at the same time, it's like, due to whatever happened, you're kind of like, okay, this is exactly what came through as far as you go in this connection. Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And you're just like, yeah, you know, you must think I'm a fool if you think I'm going to give you a chance again. And maybe you did give this person more than one chance, and they, like, the patterns keep repeating themselves with this person. Something is giving you the indication that you're like, yeah, no. Or like you think this person would need to prove themselves at this point in order for you to give them a chance. So, yeah, and they do currently have this energy. I'm doing me right now, which tells me, okay, you know, they're owning that they're single and they're putting themselves first, like, you know, taking care of themselves, doing what they need to get right with themselves and proceed forward. But at the same time that they're doing that, oh, yeah, and along with the whole marriage and, you know, having a family, the marriage card did pop up as well. And that they do love the connection that they had with you. Okay, and then with the Two of Hearts, it's showing, you know, they still feel connected to you. Even though you two aren't currently most likely in communication. And if you are, I don't feel like it's really going anywhere necessarily, and that's why you're here. Okay, but yeah, they're currently, though, as far as love goes, at a, like, the Two of Air, they're at a crossroads. So they don't know which way to go. And I think a lot of that is due to you. And they feel like, you know, kind of like you're being, you know, kind of, I'm getting this like real skeptical type feeling. They feel like you're kind of being distant and cold right now. And just like, you know, I kind of feel like they feel like they're being kind of judged and like they don't currently feel like they can do right by you. So that's why like you both are at a standstill right now. But on top of them being single, it's kind of like, you know, with the Nine of Earth here reversed, I feel like this person, though, they, deep down, they do want, you know, another chance with you, but because they're not able to let this connection go. But they're not currently moving forward at all. And they are in this Eight of Air energy where they feel kind of stuck in their own thinking and like not really seeing a solution currently. And they feel like they're kind of, you know, going through this labyrinth and wanting to know, like, what is the solution? What is the way out? What are we supposed to do now, you know? I do feel like more than you even realize, they do want a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys. And they do say that you're going to hear from them, but I think it's not like they're, as far as that goes and the speed of it, it's very earth energy, so it's slow moving. And again, that's because, you know, they're trying to get right by them by putting themselves first. But they're also just not sure how to proceed forward with this, okay? Also, okay, so we have Cancer came through twice, so it's possible, you know, they could be a Cancer, you could be a Cancer, or either one of you can have it in your placements. But personality-wise, though, what comes to me about Cancer showing up, especially twice, is that this person, they were way more in their feels as far as you go than they let on, okay? And I feel like maybe some of you, they did express it easily. But for others of you, not so much. And you really wondered, like, was this real or not? Like, were they on the same page as me or not? Do they want the same thing or not? I really feel like they do. And what's coming to me about this is the fact that it seems like this person wasn't allowing themselves to have what they truly wanted. So I'm getting the impression that there was this form of like, kind of like, it was a self-sabotage, okay? Because in the beginning especially, yes, I do feel like you guys were on the same page as each other, and wanted the same things. So the fact that their actions didn't match their words and their intentions is really, I'm feeling like a self-sabotage move on their part. Okay, so when I see this, this tells me though that you guys, like, you activated this wisdom within each other. Okay, so I feel like you guys definitely have the potential to have this elevated type of relationship. And I do feel like you guys also activated this light within each other. Okay, so the potential is definitely there for you two, but I also see though that you two would have to give each other a clean slate and really start fresh in order for this to work. Like, if people constantly bring up the past, it really doesn't help anything, okay? Now, what's interesting is you guys actually have the Eight of Fire. As far as like what is representing you currently and your energy. So I actually feel like you guys are kind of in this mode right now where you almost want to kind of take an impulsive action towards this person and start up the communication with them if you don't end up hearing from them. Because I feel like you guys are also in this Two of Air energy where you feel like a decision should be made one way or the other. Like whether this relationship is actually salvageable or not, like you want to know. And I don't blame you for that. And I do think sometimes it takes some kind of bold action to like get something going or not, like just to know once and for all. Because yeah, they're definitely kind of keeping it safe. They're playing it safe right now and just kind of, you know, doing their own thing while, you know, wondering about you. And that's the other reason you guys feel so connected to each other, is because they are thinking about you guys a lot, okay? So that's why it energetically makes it tough to move on from this connection. But yeah, group number one. So all in all, I do feel like this person wants the same thing. It's just, you know, are they ready to move forward in a way that isn't going to sabotage this connection? Because if they are, I do feel like this would be a beautiful connection. Okay, group number one, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you make of this. Okay, and if it did resonate, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number two. Okay, so what are their true feelings? All right, so a message that came through about the overall energy for this group is 3 is a crowd energy. Okay, and I will explain what that means in further detail as we go along. But I just have to say, I've never quite seen a reading like this. Group number 2. Okay. So the person that you are wondering about and were involved with is coming across like the King of Fire. Okay. In fact, fire came through really strongly for this person. So whether they're a fire sign or not, I definitely feel like they act like a fire sign. But I wouldn't be surprised if the sign that they were wasn't an Aries or a Leo or a Sagittarius, especially Aries and Leo, okay, with the Emperor here as well as the Leo card. Okay, so this person is a really driven person, I'm getting. And I feel like, you know, you met them at a time where they weren't ready to settle down, although their current energy now is one where they want to settle down. Okay, they want to anchor implant themselves somewhere and then hit the ground running in that new place. So they are in a completely different space currently than they were when you were involved with them. And I'm seeing here that they low-key have feelings for you. So that is why you two are still energetically connected to each other. And this person is seen as to be a bit of a fox, okay? So I feel like, you know, they're kind of charismatic and lively and clever and cunning. And along with that, you know, I feel like you always kind of suspected that, you know, this person, they attract a lot of people without trying, okay? So I feel like your trust as far as them was always kind of like wavering. Okay. So I'm getting a few different things when I look at this card in regards to your energy. Okay, so I feel like you met this person at a time where they weren't the King of Fire, okay? They were more of the Knight of Wands, so very non-committal person. And I feel like, you know, it ended up hurting you in the end. And now you're currently like that person where you're like, not that you're being the Knight of Wands and non-committal, but you're way more like, yeah, you know, I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket. I'm going to date around. And yeah, you know, if I want, I feel like, so you soak up any attention that comes your way from this person, but I don't feel like you take it seriously like you once did, okay? And even if you two, for some of you, I feel like you might even have a friends with benefits thing going on with this person, but like that's all you're allowing that to be. I don't feel like you're taking it seriously anymore, whereas you did at one point and you got hurt. Okay. The other thing that I'm seeing is, yeah, so with these two cards, actually with all three of these cards, I'm getting the impression that, like, overall, I feel like, you know, your heart's set out for a relationship, but you're definitely, I feel like, talking to multiple people because you're single. And yeah, you're entertaining different ones while kind of still, like, keeping an eye on what that person's doing. But I'm getting the impression you've kind of, like, your energy is flipped as far as caring the same way that you used to. Yet you two are still connected somehow. So maybe you do still talk or see each other, but again, I don't feel like you are taking it the same way that you used to. Okay. Yeah, because with the Queen of Fire, so I feel like, you know, overall, you guys view yourselves as the Queen of Fire, and when you were involved with this person, you know, you felt like the opposite of the Queen of Fire, okay? So, like, not your best self at all, and this was an unrequited love situation, and you told yourself, basically, like, never again, okay? I do feel like what you two had was a passionate connection, though. Like, you two are very attracted to each other. But as far as anything real coming from this, I feel like once, you know, you guys ended, you started to see this situation clearly, okay? And you were like, what was I doing, you know? The irony of that is, I feel like once you guys started changing how you viewed this person is when they started to come back around. And I'm actually getting the impression with the Emperor here that they think, almost like, oh, come on, don't be silly. You know that it was always going to end up being you and I. And this person also views themselves as the Emperor when they're feeling their best. And yeah, they're coming back around for a relationship. And I feel like you're the one who's like, no, you know, kind of putting the Knight of Wands energy on that person. Interesting. Okay, so on top of all that, so I feel like, you know, when I see this card, this tells me that, you know, people might act a certain way, but they secretly, deep down, have feelings for that person. And yeah, I feel like this represents them, though, with their low-key having feelings for you. So they might kind of match your game and, like, you know, say and do whatever, but deep down, I feel like, you know, this person definitely wants something more now. But at the same time, I feel like you're both like currently talking to other people and entertaining or dating other people. Okay, so yeah, and with the opposite card here, you know, I do feel like you feel like, you know, now that my mind's clear and it's not as clouded with emotions about this person, I realize that we are on different paths and come from two different worlds, and I just, yeah, that's interesting. But it's coming through strong though, that they're kind of coming back around for something more, for an actual commitment. And I do feel like, you know, you're going to hear from this person if you don't already hear from this person, okay? Okay, so yeah, and with the snake, it's just saying, you know, like that whole like playerish energy is coming through as far as how they used to be. I feel like now you guys have this new like fierceness about you, whereas like you're like, yeah, any sign of somebody not showing the same interest in me as me them, I'm cutting them off. Like you're a bit more like willing to cut people off who you detect are not on the same page as you. And it came from, you know, once you got hurt like you did, you were like, no more, you know. I'm going to be the queen of fire, and that's that, you know. And if you don't match that, then bye. I also feel like you guys, you know, you're basically becoming this star in your own reality. Like, so, yeah, I feel like you guys are shining more now, and you're like at this place where you're like, you know, experiencing this glow up, and you're like, I'm not gonna let anyone dim my shine, you know, or I'm not gonna dim my shine just to make you feel better. All right, I'm all about that. Okay, so you guys are being portrayed here though as Libra and Pisces energy. So whether you're a Libra or Pisces or have that in your chart or not, it's like you guys are definitely more like the air water feel than the person who's on your mind. And it's kind of like you guys have a more like, you crave balance, you crave harmony, you crave stability, and as well as I feel like you're in a place of wanting to expand on your creativity and what inspires you and just like spend more of your time and energy on that than, you know, things that do nothing for you, basically. So I actually do feel like you guys have new love on the way though, of somebody who will match the new you more so. Okay, it's not to say the opposites can't work, but I feel like in this case you started to see though like kind of the futility of trying with this person because things were just too different between you two. Okay, group number 2, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and if it does, don't forget to give it a like. All right, bye guys. Hey, group number 3. Okay, so what is the truth about their feelings? Okay, so right away I'm getting that the person that you are wondering about is either younger than you or definitely less mature than you guys. Okay, and they are being portrayed here as the messenger of air, so I would not be surprised if this person was an ex or somebody that you were involved with in any capacity. Okay, so the overall theme and energy that I'm getting as far as your take on this person is that they are a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay, so I feel like this person likes to come across as like, kind of like they're like a good guy or girl and like the perfect boyfriend or girlfriend, and you see right through them. Okay, so I actually feel like they put on this face in front of their friends, in front of their family, in front of your friends or family. And it's kind of like, you know, you get to see the raw them and you're just like, wow, okay, yeah, you act different with me than you do them. Like, who are you? You know, you kind of have like this dual personality. And so they're kind of a chameleon or shapeshifter, depending on who they're around. So it's kind of like you don't really feel like you know the real person. Okay, so that already starts off this whole thing kind of in a strange type of energy. Because if you don't feel like you know who this person really is, you know, they're showing you what they want to show you, it's kind of like you don't really know what their real intentions for your relationship are, or who it even is that you're falling for. Okay, but with that though, I'm definitely getting kind of a puppy love and like crush type feelings as far as this person goes in regards to you. And I actually feel like, you know, it's almost like they're oblivious to how they are, and like that how they are can backfire on them as far as like showing up differently to different people. Yeah, it's kind of interesting actually to observe. And I do feel like, you know, they kind of view you and your guys' potential, like how your relationship could be, kind of through rose-colored glasses with the sun here. And I feel like this person honestly doesn't know that what they do bothers you unless you tell them. So I feel like you guys can interpret things that this person does as being like inconsiderate or rude, or, you know, them not caring. And I really feel like they're just kind of flopping around, kind of like a puppy, not knowing that what they do bothers you. And it's kind of like they have to be trained and corrected. Yeah, it's interesting. And here's what's also funny is I feel like this person, you know, I feel like they're good with the gifts. They're good with like their words. So I feel like they think they can kind of like just gloss things over or make things better with, you know, like giving you flowers or gifts or something. And you're just like, wow, okay, although that's nice, like you're missing the point. And so I think you kind of feel like, you know, them with the whole like flowers and romance is almost kind of a charade. Again, with that wolf in sheep's clothing theme. Okay, and so with this card too, I feel like, you know, this person is also kind of like other people's opinions still mean a lot to them. So those that they're close to, you know, friends and family, I feel like they, you know, take their opinion to be almost like, I don't know, just they value it highly. So again, it's where they're more like immature or younger feel is coming through, whereas like that things still matter a lot about like what other people think and say about, you know, kind of like what they do, you know, who they're involved with, like more than I feel like it should. So yeah, what's interesting too is it's kind of like, I feel like with the moon reversed here that this person is kind of in the dark as far as like what is actually an issue in regards to you two. So I'm not getting necessarily the impression like that they don't care, but I feel like you think that's what that means by how they are. But literally this person has to be like told, I feel like things need to be spelled out for this person in order for things to work. I also, okay, so another thing's coming through about this. So it seems like, I feel like this person can also like not follow through with like either hitting you up when they say they will or like plans. And I feel like, again, it's not that this person doesn't care. It's literally how they're wired and how they operate. And it's just, it's coming across like it's not what you would do. So again, I'm getting this impression that you feel like, yeah, there's no way. Like I would never do that to somebody that I was interested in or... Yeah, okay. So for some of you, this also could be a new person, but I definitely feel like you guys were involved with this person though, to some capacity. All right, so what's coming through as far as how you view this connection is you were like, yeah, I feel like this is like a gamble. This feels risky, and I don't know if I want to go there. And then I feel like you guys also, you're the ones that are like, you know, I have been loyal. I've been there for this person. I've been a true friend. I've been like somebody who says what they mean. And that's all I expect in return. How tough is that? And you're just completely thrown that you don't feel like this person is mirroring back that same friend-like nature or loyalty or being there for you in the same way. And I honestly get the impression that you guys feel like this person is kind of a snake. And like, you know, I feel like you feel like if the deeper you go down in this connection with this person, like the more you have the potential of them hurting you because you trusted somebody who wasn't on the same page as you. Okay, so overall, I'm not getting the impression that they're like that, but again, I feel like because they operate differently than you and need things spelled out for you, like if you want somebody to communicate, you know, hey, let me know when you make it home. Hey, let me know when, you know, if you've got something else going on. Don't just leave me hanging. It's almost like you have to tell them. And I know you feel like you shouldn't have to, but that's what's coming through for this. Okay, so you guys are also being shown here as you really do miss like what you two had. So like you do feel like, man, even the good times now aren't as good as the good times with them type feeling is coming through. So that's kind of what keeps you connected to this person, is you felt like real alive, you know, in their presence. And I feel like life's an adventure overall with this person. I'm getting a real light, airy, spontaneous nature with them. In fact, Aquarius came through twice, so one of you could be an Aquarius or it could be, you know, in your chart. But I feel like overall, though, this person is unique. They are different. They do think outside of the box. They act outside of the box, and they can't be pinned down. So they have this real like free nature about them, and that's what you're drawn to. Is like other people that you were involved with, you felt kind of like you felt tied down. So like this person, it felt like you were with somebody, but you both felt free. And like life was an adventure. So like a very like Sagittarius energy was your guys' relationship. Freedom, fun, adventure, and you just couldn't get enough of it. And you, I'm seeing, really were and are willing to put in the work to make this work. And you just want the same in return, I feel. Again, I feel like, you know, things could have been wrong. This person doesn't see it. And they think everything is actually fine when it's not. So yeah, I mean, and I do feel like with the 4 of Fire and the 10 of Earth here, like you both want the same thing. You want commitment, you want a future together, but I feel like your love languages and how you both communicate and go about things are so different that often the big problem here seems to be, you know, how you're viewing it, and not just you, but like how both of you interpret what each other does to mean like you don't care. And I feel like that, again, like communication would solve that. Okay, so I feel like this person has a tendency to run when things get rocky instead of just like face it, shine the light on it, communicate what's coming up for them. And again, it's like the moon reversed. Instead of just like facing what's coming up for them, they just retreat. They're either oblivious or they seem to retreat when things do get rocky. Okay, so this is interesting what came through about this person. So I feel like initially what drew them to you was your look and your style. Okay. So it's also kind of giving me a younger vibe there. But at the same time, like they were drawn to the overall energy of you and the way you are as well. Okay, I feel like you two, whether you're in communication or not, you both dream of each other. So it's like you're connected through your dreams. Okay. Yeah, and I feel like, you know, whether you two are in communication or not, one minute they're there, the next minute they might be ghosting you, and it's kind of leaving you like, what is going on? Is this person, do they want me or do they not? I also feel like they could have, you know, entertained random attention and it's all for an ego boost. I don't actually feel like any of that means anything. That's only for some of you. That won't be for all of you. And I feel like you guys, you know, you called them out on something. Yeah. And maybe that's even what broke the connection between you two. Was somebody else? Like there could have been a third party situation. That's not going to be for all of you, but that could be for some of you. Now, for those of you that you do feel like this person just can't commit, they're still in like a Knight of Wands type energy. Okay, this message is for you to not like run, but like, you know, keep doing what you're doing, you know. And for others of you where you feel like, yeah, that's not what was going on, then I do feel like this person wants to grow with you. They do kind of have this self-serving nature about them. Okay, so this person is kind of self-centered and they do things sometimes for like an ego boost with the crown here. But again, depending on where your person's at and what they truly want, I feel like, you know, they do have some growing up to do. Like overall, that kind of goes for everybody. But I do feel like, you know, you guys could reunite and actually have something, you know, like there is a 10 of hearts for an outcome. So I do see the potential for like an amazing connection with this person. They do want you guys though to try and see things from their point of view. And I feel like that has to do with, you know, again, like they don't mean to do things the way that they do it, but it's just how they are. And I know that sounds like a line, but in this person's case, it is kind of legit. Like they could be more mindful and you know, if you communicate to them what you would like from them, I do feel like they would accommodate that, you know, and make it happen. They're just not aware of it, I feel. And they do say though that they are going to make a move from you. So just like you're wondering about them, they're wondering about you, and they do feel like this connection is not over. Okay, group number 3, this is what I see for you guys. If this resonates, let me know in the comments, and also let me know, what would you do if you did hear back from this person? Alright guys, and if this resonated, don't forget to give it a like. Alright, bye guys!